Every time he lands a punch or kick, you can see the work of 2 decades of training, and I can feel it.
Andrew Peters and I are out of the box while I am standing on a box because he is tall, I am not.
Could you imagine getting heckled by your own fans during home games? Not a great look, but hey, it's Dunedin, Florida. It's a long way from Toronto, and Buffalo is much closer.
There's a whole bunch of people here, but if you take a look at the hockey jerseys, it's a lot of blue shirts. Majority Rangers fans here so far outside Citi Field. Maybe Sabres fans still celebrating from the night before, or maybe they celebrated a little bit too much the night before.
From what our Spectrum News weather team is telling us, we're in store for more snow overnight. Spectrum News reporter Stephanie Dupre is in the village of Farnham and fighting to keep the snow out of her eyes as we speak. For some people,
there we go.
18 holes of golf is plenty. For John LeMayo, 99 more is just enough.
When you're doing it, you don't really feel it. At the end, you'll start feeling it on the legs, and then tomorrow is when you'll get, pretty sore.
John was one of 12 golfers to cycle through golf carts for a full day as they played 117 holes of golf. They raised money for Oshai Children's Hospital, drawing inspiration from Josh Allen.
We decided, since Josh is a partner over at Oshai Children's Hospital, we thought, let's add 17 on for him, and let's see how much money we could raise.
Josh's grandmother passed away during the season, inspiring Bills Mafia to send Oshai $17 donations. This marathon golf tournament started last year with 100 holes, raising $85,000.
Totally surpassed that, which is awesome. And, 17 holes, it's a lot when you think about it after playing 100, but we're glad to do it because it's raising so much money for the hospital, which is really good.
This year, Oshai set a goal of $117,000. John and the other golfers raised more than $130,000, more than enough to offset any exhaustion.
When you're out here playing, you're not really thinking about it, which is good.
Just a little. Just a little.
Bam!
Hey now.
There we go. There's that soreness that kicks in afterwards, obviously.
John's caddy drives a cart and John walks, more than 40 miles in all. So he sneaks in food and water breaks to keep going.
They definitely keep us full throughout the day, but you just gotta keep hydrated. You gotta keep eating some stuff because you're burning a lot of calories and walking a lot.
Raising that much money can be exhausting, but John is happy to do it. Ted Goldberg, Spectrum News. Making frozen works of art is no sweat for Stanley Kalanko. Maybe that's because it's 15 degrees out in Hamburg.
This weather is ideal for us. We're so happy to have this blessing of good weather.
Each of these ice blocks weigh 300 pounds. So Stanley and his crew have their work cut out for them.
It's an angel. She's kind of bending down. Sad had a rough year. And she's got a wingspan going up. It's a 15-foot tall sculpture when it's finished.
Part of that rough year was suffering damage during the drive from Stanley's ice farm outside of Syracuse. The repairs start small.
It's my son's squirt gun, and I stole it. On top of this is 2 10-foot wings, and it's got to hold them.
Stanley makes a few marks before he pulls out the power tools. He's learned a thing or two in 30 years of making ice sculptures, going back to his days in culinary school.
The moment that I saw that ice sculpture, I was hooked. Traditionally, the chefs took care of arts, carving for buffets and stuff like swans and different things for weddings. So we learned a little bit there. I learned most of it at School of Hard Knocks.
Before long, it's time for the fun part. Stanley enjoys using a chainsaw to make art, and he likes hearing reactions to his pieces.
Crowds are the best, especially the children that come through. They're like, oh, and the children always know what it is first. And the adults figure it out, but then just some of the stuff that you'll hear comments like, how do they get so much detail in there? It's amazing. How do they make that stand up like that? It's just the answers that you hear from people or questions are just outstanding.
So if you drive through the fairgrounds this weekend and see Stanley, don't be shy about asking him how he does it. In Hamburg, Ted Goldberg, Spectrum News. Alex Simon liked his pit stop in Lancaster.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. And this town hall here is amazing. I love this town.
Alex wants to raise awareness for electric transportation, and he's doing it by crossing the country on an electric scooter. His trip is more than 3,000 miles, and it passes right through Lancaster. Alex's father was an environmentalist, and he inspired the nationwide ride.
When he passed away, I started thinking about my own legacy and what I was doing to make the world a better place. And to be honest with you, I was pretty disappointed at myself and what I was doing. So I decided I wanted to change that. And I wanted to do something big. I wanted to do something impactful to honor him.
After starting in Boston, Alex has made a few friends along the way. People on e-scooters or electric unicycles love to come up and ask about his trip. If all goes to plan, Alex will need a month to go coast to coast.
I need to record my daily recaps, I need to post pictures, I need to get on live streams with all these different Facebook groups and the media, and then I need to still take care of my work obligations and try to speak to my mom and my family.
It took 3 days to scoot across New York. Alex is working his way towards Newport, Oregon, before seeing his wife and kids in Las Vegas. That's just one of the challenges he faces on the road.
I heard some Fleetwood Mac, then suddenly I find myself singing for the next 3 hours, 8 to 10 hours of just you thinking and trying to find the meaning of life.
He's averaging 25 miles per hour, so it's going to be a long trip.
It's going to get really tiring and it'll be emotionally draining and certainly physically draining. But it's part of what makes this trip so special and why I'm hoping it will really generate the awareness that I want it to.
If you want to follow along with Alex's progress, you can find links on our website and app. In Lancaster, Ted Goldberg, Spectrum News.